Nobody likes to feel like the being manipulated. ITS, that unpleasant twist in your stomach when you realize that someone is trying to control you, not for your benefit, but entirely for theirs. Today, WERE going to uncover the truth about dealing with manipulative people, particularly narcissists, who excel in the art of control and deception. In the world of Stoicism, we learn to detach from our emotions, to see the situation for what it really is, a test of our endurance and wisdom. This episode isn't just about understanding the dark tactics of narcissism, it's about empowering you with the knowledge to reclaim your peace and autonomy. WERE diving deep into strategies that not only help you recognize these tactics, but also teach you how to turn the tables on those who think they can tamper with your mind. So let's arm ourselves with the wisdom of the Stoics and prepare to take control back from the manipulators in our lives. ITS, a bit of a paradox, the less attention you give to those who crave it the most, especially narcissists, the more power you gain over the situation. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of indifference when facing things outside our control, including the behaviors of others. By choosing to ignore a narcissist, YOURE, not just taking a passive stance, YOURE actively deciding where to allocate your energy. This choice aligns perfectly with the Stoic principle of focusing solely on WHATS in our power, our actions, responses, and where we direct our attention. Now, let's break down what ignoring a narcissist really entails. ITS not about giving them the silent treatment or being overtly dismissive. Instead, ITS about withholding the kind of attention they thrive on. Narcissists feed off emotional reactions, your anger, your frustration, your sadness. When you deny them these reactions, ITS, like cutting off their supply line, you keep your emotional responses measured and your interactions brief, functional, and devoid of the personal engagement they seek. Think of it as practicing the Stoic exercise of objectivity. You interact with them as if you were a scientist observing an experiment without any personal attachment to the outcome. This detachment is powerful because it shifts the dynamic and forces the narcissist to face the vacuum of their own neediness. Without your actions to sustain their ego, they begin to lose their footing, making their attempts to control you less effective. Moreover, ignoring a narcissist aligns with another Stoic practice, the reserve clause. This mental tool involves approaching every action with the understanding that you will carry it out, fate permitting. In this context, it means engaging with a narcissist only when absolutely necessary, and always with the awareness that any attempt to change or influence them is outside your control. You maintain your peace by accepting that you can manage only your actions and reactions, not theirs. But HERES, an interesting twist when you start ignoring a narcissist's attempts to engage you emotionally. You might notice a temporary increase in their efforts. They might escalate their behaviors, trying new tactics to get a rise out of you, anything to regain their lost sense of control. This is where your Stoic resilience is tested. You may feel tempted to react, to defend yourself, or to set them straight. ITS natural, but remember, every time you engage, you feed the cycle. The key here is consistency. Your consistent indifference can be disorienting and incredibly frustrating for them. As Marcus Aurelius reminds you, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By applying this wisdom, you not only protect your emotional well-being, but also become a less appealing target for their manipulations. In practical terms, this means setting and enforcing strict boundaries about what behaviors you will and will not respond to. For instance, If a conversation turns manipulative or derogatory, you disengage. This ISNT, running away from the problem, ITS, choosing not to entangle your peace of mind with someone, ELCS, chaos. Over time, this approach not only lessens the impact a narcissist can have on you, but also reinforces your own sense of autonomy and respect for your mental space. Boundaries might just be the unsung heroes in our lives, particularly when dealing with personalities that thrive on control, like narcissists. In Stoicism, the emphasis is often on internal boundaries, setting limits with our responses and emotions. However, when interacting with a narcissist, external boundaries become just as crucial. ITS, about knowing where you end and they begin, defining what is acceptable in your interactions, and more importantly, what ISNT, when you establish clear boundaries, virtuously, essentially teaching others how to treat you. This ISNT, just about saying no or keeping someone at ARMS length. ITS, about defining your personal space, both emotionally and physically, and deciding what you will allow into that space. For narcissists, who often see others as extensions of themselves rather than separate individuals with distinct needs, this can be incredibly disorienting, and that's exactly why ITS effective. Let's consider the Stoic idea of focusing only on what we can control. You can't control a narcissist's actions, but you can control how you respond and what you accept. Setting boundaries is a proactive approach to managing your interactions. For instance, if a narcissist begins to raise their voice or use manipulative tactics, having a boundary might mean you calmly state that you will continue the conversation once they can speak respectfully, or perhaps not at all, if respect isn't possible. This practice of setting boundary is not just about protecting yourself, it's about preserving your dignity in the face of disrespect. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." In the context of dealing with narcissists, this can mean we fear the conflict that setting boundaries may bring more than the actual outcome of setting them. But once those boundaries are in place, they serve as a fortress, protecting your mental well-being. Implementing these boundaries consistently is where the challenge often lies. Narcissists are known for testing limits repeatedly, pushing to see if they can coax you into bending your own rules. This is your chance to practice another Stoic principle, perseverance. Every time you reinforce your boundaries, you strengthen your resolve and reinforce your self-respect. This doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible. It's about being firm and clear in your convictions. An essential part of setting boundaries is also knowing when to enforce them. It's one thing to tell someone what your boundaries are. It's another to act on breaches of those boundaries. Let's say a narcissist tries to guilt you into doing something you're uncomfortable with. Enforcing your boundary might involve reminding them of your stance, disengaging from the situation, or even seeking external support if the breach is severe. This enforcement tells the narcissist that your boundaries are not just words, they are non-negotiable lines that must be respected. Setting boundaries with a narcissist, or anyone really, is a profound act of self-care. It's not about control or power over another. It's about asserting your right to control your own space and interactions. As Marcus Aurelius puts it, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. By setting and maintaining boundaries, you reclaim this power, shaping your environment in a way that allows you to live in accordance with your values and peace of mind. In the dance of interpersonal relationships, The currency of validation can often be the most potent. Everyone likes to feel appreciated and valued, but when you're dealing with a narcissist, the dynamics of validation take on a whole new level of complexity. Narcissists don't just enjoy validation, they seem to need it to fuel their sense of self-worth. But HERES, a little secret from the Stoic toolkit: when you choose to withhold this validation, you're not being cruel, you're practicing a form of emotional economy, spending your energy wisely and protecting your own resources. Think about it this way: if a narcissist's ego is a fire, every compliment you give or acknowledgement you offer is like adding a log to that blaze. What happens if you simply stop contributing to the fire? Without your fuel, it starts to die down. This ISNT about punishment or spite, ITS about not allowing someone ELSES needs to dictate your actions, especially when THYRE manipulative. Stoicism teaches us the value of detachment and emotional independence. By withholding validation, you're not just distancing yourself from their manipulative tactics, you're also fostering your own emotional autonomy. This approach doesn't mean you become cold or unkind. Instead, it involves a conscious decision to engage with authenticity. When a narcissist seeks validation for their achievements or fishing for compliments to boost their ego, you maintain neutrality. You can acknowledge their statements without feeding into their need for excessive praise. For example, if they boast about an achievement, a simple "I see you worked hard on that" can suffice. ITS straightforward, honest, and doesn't add unnecessary fuel to their ego. Applying this in daily interactions requires consistency and a bit of courage. The initial reaction from the narcissist might be one of confusion or even increased attempts to elicit the desired praise from you. Here, the Stoic practice of remaining unmoved by external pressures is crucial. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This strength helps you remain steadfast, not swayed by attempts to pull you back into old patterns of constant reassurance. Moreover, withholding validation is about resetting the balance in your relationships. ITS, a recalibration that allows for healthy interactions where your approval is not expected to be automatic or unearned. This shift can lead to a more genuine connection where our interactions are based on mutual respect rather than a skewed dynamic of neediness and fulfillment. For those new to this approach, start small. Begin by observing how often you offer validation and in what contexts. Are there moments when you feel compelled to compliment because it feels expected? Even if ITS not sincere, gradually work on reducing these instances, focusing on being genuine in your interactions. Remember, the goal isn't to deprive someone of kindness, but to stop participating in a dynamic that is unbalanced and unhealthy. In practice, withholding validation teaches you and the narcissist a valuable lesson about the nature of self-worth, and respect it shows them that their value should not be dependent on others' constant approval, and it teaches you that your worth is not tied to how much you bolster someone else's ego. This mutual understanding can lead to deeper, more meaningful relationships founded on respect rather than validation seeking. Confidence isn't just about walking into a room with your head held high. ITS, a profound expression of knowing your worth and owning it irrespective of external validations. This inner belief is pivotal when navigating the tricky waters of relationships with narcissists who often prey on perceived weaknesses. Stoicism offers a treasure trove of wisdom on cultivating such unshakable confidence. emphasizing the importance of being grounded in own values and judgments, rather than the fluctuating opinions of others. True confidence stems from a clear understanding of one's virtues and a commitment to living in alignment with them. For a Stoic, this means developing qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. When you nurture these virtues, your confidence grows naturally because it is rooted in something enduring and not just the superficial approval of others, which can be fickle and fleeting. In interactions with a narcissist, this type of confidence can be your best defense, acting as a shield against their attempts to undermine your sense of self. Imagine facing a narcissist's critique or manipulation not as a personal attack, but as a test of your Stoic principles. They might say something designed to make you doubt your abilities or worth. A Stoic approach involves stepping back and examining these claims objectively, asking yourself whether they align with your understanding of yourself and your values. If they do not, then these comments can be dismissed as irrelevant noise, not worth disturbing your inner peace. This process of internal validation is essential when you depend on external sources for your self-esteem, whether it's praise from others or material success. You give away your power. But when your confidence is anchored in your own assessments and the quality of your character, it becomes impervious to the whims of those around you, including narcissists. They thrive on your uncertainty and self-doubt because it makes you more susceptible to their influence and control. By maintaining your confidence, you effectively close off a vital avenue they might exploit to destabilize you. Moreover, practicing confidence in this way has a visible impact. There's a certain aura that comes with genuine self-assurance. It's almost tangible, the calm and deliberate composure of someone who knows their worth. For a narcissist, encountering this kind of demeanor can be disarming. They are used to leveraging insecurities, so when they encounter someone whose self-value doesn't waver based on external validation, their usual tactics lose potency. Maintaining this level of confidence requires regular reflection and mindfulness, another Stoic practice. By regularly examining your actions and motivations and aligning them with your core values, you reinforce your self-awareness and, by extension, your confidence. This does not mean you have moments of doubt or uncertainty. Those are natural and human. However, the Stoic practice of reflection helps you to navigate these moments without losing sight of your broader virtues and worth. To start strengthening your confidence today, engage in activities that reinforce your values and personal growth. Set goals that challenge you and reflect on your progress towards them. Celebrate the small victories, not because of the accolades they might bring, but because they represent another step towards becoming the person you strive to be. Over time, this builds a robust sense of self that is not easily shaken by anyone, let alone a narcissist. One of the most empowering realizations you can come to is that your happiness and success do not hinge on anyone else, especially not a narcissist. This idea of thriving independently isn't just about solitude or self-sufficiency. It's about cultivating a life that is so full and rich that the presence or absence of any one person doesn't make or break your sense of fulfillment. Stoicism teaches us to depend only on ourselves for our emotional and psychological well-being, reinforcing the idea that external circumstances, including relationships, should not dictate our inner peace. When you begin to focus on your personal growth and achievements without leaning on a narcissist for validation or support, you start to dismantle the unhealthy power dynamics that may have defined that relationship. Narcissists often want to be seen as indispensable, fostering a sense of dependency to bolster their own ego. However, when you develop and pursue your own interests, make decisions independently, and celebrate your own achievements without seeking their approval, you send a clear message: I am capable, content, and complete on my own. This isn't about isolating yourself or rejecting the need for companionship, rather it's about establishing a foundation where your relationships are additions to your life, not the cornerstone of your identity or happiness. This shift is significant because it challenges the narcissist's perceived control and importance in your life. By investing in yourself, whether through education, hobbies, career advancements, or personal wellness, you reinforce your autonomy and diminish their influence. Imagine building a life likened to a fortress, not to keep others out, but to keep yourself grounded in what truly matters. Each brick represents a personal victory, a moment of self-discovery, or a milestone in your journey. The stronger and more robust this fortress, the less impact a narcissist can have on your walls. Stoicism helps fortify these walls by emphasizing the importance of self-reliance and personal virtue. It teaches you that the ultimate control over your feelings and reactions comes from within, not from the external validations or manipulations of others. Moreover, thriving independently involves cultivating a mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for growth. Stoic philosophy encourages us to view obstacles as tests of our character and resilience. Each challenge you overcome on your own not only builds your confidence, but also lessens the emotional grip a narcissist might have on you. You begin to see yourself as a capable and strong individual, not as a victim of someone else's whims. To truly thrive, start by setting goals that reflect your values and aspirations, not those imposed by others. Celebrate your progress and learn from setbacks without tying your self-esteem to the outcomes. Engage with communities that support and uplift you, and prioritize connections that foster mutual respect and genuine interaction. Each of these steps enhances your sense of self and reinforces your independence. Thriving independently also means being able to enjoy solitude. It's about finding joy and contentment in your own company, recognizing that being alone does not mean being lonely. This realization is incredibly empowering in the context of dealing with a narcissist, because it breaks the myth that you need their presence to feel complete or valued. Navigating the turbulent waters that narcissists often create around them can feel like being constantly caught in a storm. The key to not just surviving but thriving in such conditions, staying calm, something easier said than done, right? But where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can be your anchor. The Stoics teach us the art of equanimity, the ability to remain peaceful and composed regardless of the chaos swirling around you. By mastering this art, you can turn what seems like a disruptive force into a test of your resilience and growth. Staying calm in the face of a narcissist storm isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending that the provocations don't affect you. Instead, it's about recognizing these attempts for what they are, strategies designed to unseat your balance and assert control. Stoicism provides a powerful framework here, emphasizing control over ONES reactions rather than the situation itself. When you respond with calmness, you retain your power and deny the narcissist the emotional response they seek. Consider the image of a deep-rooted tree standing firm amidst howling wind. The tree bends and sways, but does not break, because its strength lies not in rigidity, but in its groundedness and flexibility. Similarly, when you stay calm, you become like that tree, flexible yet unbreakable, allowing the winds of narcissistic chaos to pass without uprooting your sense of self. This involves observing the situation with detachment, acknowledging your emotions without letting them dictate your actions, and choosing a response that aligns with your values and integrity. This process begins with self-awareness. By understanding your triggers and acknowledging your emotional responses, you can start to see the patterns in how a narcissist tries to engage you. This insight allows you to prepare and decide in advance how you will respond, or if you will respond at all. For example, if you know that a certain type of comment or behavior is designed to provoke anger or anxiety, you can mentally rehearse maintaining your composure and not allowing those words to penetrate your calm exterior. Another Stoic practice that can help here is the principle of amor fati, a love of fate. This doesn't mean you have to enjoy the negativity being directed at you, but rather that you accept it as part of your current experience that can be used for your growth. Viewing challenges as necessary parts of your life's narrative changes the nature of the experience. Instead of an attack, it becomes an opportunity to practice your ability to remain tranquil and composed. Moreover, staying calm also involves physical composure. Deep breathing, mindfulness, and grounding exercises can help maintain a calm demeanor. These techniques not only keep you physically relaxed, but also reinforce your mental commitment to not getting drawn into the drama. They remind you in real time that you have control over your body and your actions, a fundamental tenet of Stoic philosophy. Finally, practicing calmness is a continual process of engagement with your inner self. It requires you to regularly reflect on your responses, learn from each interaction, and gradually build up your emotional resilience. Each successful instance of maintaining calm not only diffuses the immediate situation, but also builds your confidence in your ability to handle future storms. Thank you for joining me today on Live Virtue Stoic. Remember, the true power in any situation lies not in the chaos around us, but in the calm we maintain within. If you are looking to deepen your understanding and strengthen your Stoic practices, be sure to watch one of the suggested videos on your screen. Together, let's continue to grow and embrace the wisdom of Stoicism in every aspect of our lives. Thank you for being a part of this journey.